WIFO FM Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and by First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South Fair Street right here in Jesup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Late night last night at this county council meeting, huh?
Late night for me because I had to come put it all together after it was over.
I know. I mean, people think, well, he just goes to the meeting. No, he has to come back, and then he's got to put those actualities together and type it up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, going to meetings is just half of the work. The other half is putting the story together.
Long night.
Long night, but you did a great job of covering the county council meeting. It's interesting that so many people showed up and wanting paper ballots, and it'll be interesting to follow that story. But right now we have another story. We've got guests in the studio with us. Who do we have, Bob?
We got Miss Gloria Overholt. She's got that new coffee shop down there in the middle of town that used to be, I can't remember what it was. Cafe. That's right. It
used to be Cafe Euro, but is now called what, Gloria?
The Connection Coffee and Creamery.
And how did you come up with Connection Coffee and Creamery? Creamery.
Well, actually, the whole idea behind the coffee shop was just, you were asking me a minute ago how you got into the restaurant business.
Okay?
For sure. I grew up in the restaurant business, and my family had a restaurant since the time I was 9 years old. Worked in it all the way till the time I moved to Jesup. They've had it for 40 years. And my dad was, he loved a cup of coffee. And he'd always say, he thought the whole world, all the problems in the world could be solved over a good cup of coffee. So he'd sit down every morning, and if there was a problem, he'd say, let's talk about it over a cup of coffee.
Well, that's what men here in Jesup do every single morning at different places around town. They solve the world's problems over coffee at different places here in Jesup. So I know what you're talking about.
I couldn't agree more. Yes, sir.
And so you decided from that experience, and then you heard about the business being sold, and then what went from there, Gloria?
Okay, so what went from there was I knew this opportunity had come up that Cafe Euro was going to be was for sale, and I thought I can find a buyer. I told the previous owner, Paul, I was like, I'm sure I can find you a buyer, because I've got a lot of family who loves coffee, and my idea was to reach out to them and see if they would want it. It's a great location. Already had a great business there, and then I said something to Jonathan. I was like, hey.
Your husband?
Yes, my husband. Okay. And I said, hey, I'm going to try to find a buyer for the coffee shop. And he said, well, why don't you buy it? And at that point, I looked at him. I was like, are you crazy? And so he's like, no, I'm being serious. So I said, I really don't want, I don't want a restaurant. But if we could turn it into, just have an authentic coffee shop, that would be pretty cool. So I said, I'll think about it for about 2 weeks. And I did. And during that 2 weeks, I actually sold a house to Abby here, who I brought along with me. She is my manager, and she's kind of the brains behind the whole operation. So I know very little about coffee. I'll be the first to say I love people. I'm not necessarily a coffee connoisseur. I always tell people I'm in the people business. I just sell coffee, but I love people. I love our customers, and I do want to take this time to just pause a minute and just thank Wayne County for their support. We have been, anytime you open up and do something new, you step out in a new venture, as an entrepreneur, you're like, is this going to work? Are people going to come? I think your biggest fear is people won't come, or they won't like what you have to offer. And we have been just blown away by the support of Wayne County. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. We are just so grateful. I've loved Wayne County from the time we moved here 20 years ago. Of course, y'all know my husband is from Wayne County. I'm from South Carolina. And I got into real estate because I think Wayne County is the best place in the world to live. I love the people. And I think there's a lot of salt of the earth, just good people here. So I'm really grateful for the support of our town. And also, I want to thank you, Butch and Bob, for having me today. We're really excited to be here.
I'm glad to have you on here, Gloria. And good luck with Connection Coffee and Creamery.
Thank you.
Did I get it right that time?
You did. You did very well.
Good. And so, once again, your location is where Cafe Euro was at. All you did was just buy it, change the name. And you've got a manager named Abby.
Yes.
Abby
Petershine.
I left off the R. That's what I thought I did. Petershine. So Abby Petershine is the manager of the restaurant, and who handles basically the day in, day out operation of it. Is that correct? Is that correct, Abby?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, y'all brought in some freebies for me and Bob here. Why does Bob have this nice light blue drinky that he has over here that y'all brought in for him? What is that?
That is the Sea Breeze Refresher.
It looks like Sea Breeze. Let me tell you right there. That was like a Sea Breeze Refresher. That was like a refresher. I got some coffee that y'all brought in that I've got over here that I'll partake of in a little while. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about, Abby, your history and how you got involved with Glory here to become the manager of Connection Coffee.
So I lived in Iowa before this. I managed a coffee shop there for 5 years. My husband is in agreement with Gloria and thinks that Jesup is the greatest place on earth to live. So we ended up here because he was itching to get back here.
So he's originally from here, then?
He lived here.
Back here.
Yeah, he lived here for a couple years before I somehow convinced him to be in Iowa for a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, got to know Gloria a little bit better through buying a house from her, and all the pieces kind of fell into place, and yeah.
So tell us, what are the hours for Connection Coffee and Creamery?
We are open 6:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then 8 to 2 on Saturday.
6:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then 8 till 2 on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, when less folks walk into your restaurant, what can they expect to see there? What do y'all have to offer that's going to entice people to come on a regular basis?
Well, right now we have our fall specials, so that kind of speaks for itself. In the fall, people are going to line up for that. We have some really good ones. The pumpkin spice latte is obviously A classic, but we have an apple pie latte, and that's apple, like a cinnamon syrup and white chocolate, and it's ridiculous.
Are those
it is
hot
so
or
delicious.
cold drinks?
You can do it either way.
Either way, okay.
I'll add on to the pumpkin pie latte is so good. Abby and Megan, our other manager, make the syrup for it. It's absolutely amazing.
I got to try that. I mean, both those right there just sound just sitting here. I got to get down there quick as I can and get both of them.
Come on.
We do have lots of options for the people who are not coffee drinkers, though. We have pumpkin chai. We have a ridiculous apple cider that has whipped cream and caramel drizzle on it, and it's delicious. And then we have a couple different fun refresher options for fall too.
let's just do an overall type of look here. You got the specialty drinks for fall, but
We
just the
do.
regular. You got regular coffee, specialty coffees, hot coffees, cold coffees.
Absolutely.
And what else for folks to drink there at Connection?
So we have refreshers. Those are going to be our non-coffee option. We have smoothies. We have frappes. We have almost any combination that
Any
you can come up
combination
with.
you can think of. Okay.
Yep.
Is it is it a eat-in, takeout type of restaurant there?
Yep. Either way, we'd be happy
way?
to have you stay, but we'd also love to get you out of there as quick as possible so you can go on your way and get to work.
So you'll serve quickly, or
Yep.
folks can just hang around if they want to and eat.
Absolutely.
I mean, drink. Now, do you have pastries, anything for people to be able to eat? Because you're open all the way to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All right.
Yes, we do. We have some scones, muffins. Obviously, the homemade cinnamon rolls
Which
are
I can't wait to
ridiculous.
partake of in a few minutes.
Yes, absolutely. And we're slowly getting into some other food stuff. So we have like our breakfast burrito. That is a staple in the morning. It's so good. For lunch right now, we have a chicken salad wrap, and then we have a Southwest Power Bowl, and both are delicious.
Southwest pie, what?
Southwest Power Bowl. So it's kind of like the souped up salad. It is a hearty meal. It's like taco meat, and then it has quinoa and rice on lettuce, and then it has corn and bean salsa, a homemade cilantro lime dressing with cheese, and like little tortilla chips.
My word.
It's very good.
That is a hearty meal right there.
It is.
Connection Coffee and Creamery, located on the intersection of West Cherry Street and First Street, the former Cafe Euro location, new owners, new name, fantastic selection of beverages and other items to eat also there from 6:30. So they're open right now, folks. You can head on by there. They're waiting for you until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And then on Saturday, that's Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays from 8 to 2. And so y'all just continue to take a look at what you've got and continue to add to it as time goes by. And especially these fall beverages that you have just sound fantastic.
If I can add one thing.
Oh, you can add all you want, Gloria. Go right ahead.
Okay, we do have ice cream. We have delicious ice cream, and we are so excited because we partnered with Yoder's Creamery that comes from actually Sarasota, Florida. They bring the ice cream to us. There's no air or added ingredients to the ice cream that it's pretty clean ice cream in the sense that there's not a lot of artificial ingredients. It's made with, I want to say 11 to 14% cream. Most ice cream is only 3%. And it is sugar and cream and real fruit. It's absolutely delicious. And we are waiting on our new fall flavor, which is going to be pumpkin swirl. We should be getting that tomorrow, so we are
it's
super
Yoder
excited.
ice cream. Is it
Yes.
hand dipped? How do you?
Yes.
Hand dipped ice, and did several flavors or what?
We have 12 different flavors.
12 different flavors, and people probably don't realize the fact that ice cream is a lot of air. You know, when you
Yes.
buy it anywhere, it's a lot of air inside of it. But y'all's is more of the ingredients than air.
Absolutely. There's not any air in the ice cream. It's very dense. It is but I think Bob's had a little bit of it, right, Bob?
So Bob's already had some of that
Yes.
ice cream. Okay, good. Yoder's ice cream available at Connection Coffee and Creamery in downtown Jesup. So try it out, folks. That sounds delicious. We wish y'all the best. Absolutely
Thank
wish y'all the
you.
best. Anything else that you want to add? Bob, any other questions for him or anything?
Well, we just want to thank you again for having us. We are just excited to be here, and we are excited to serve Wayne County, and we look forward to this upcoming season, and we can't wait to connect with our community.
Okay, Gloria and Abby in this morning from Connection Coffee and Creamery. West Cherry Street or First Street, downtown Jesup. Go by and see them. They're open right now. So y'all got somebody there running the shop for you while up here, huh?
That's correct.
All right. Y'all take care and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Watch for some patchy fog early, but this should be a mostly sunny day. Light west wind, high of 90. Mostly clear upper 60s for tonight. Sunny low 90s tomorrow, around 70 tomorrow night. Thursday, sunshine low 90s. Friday, sunshine. Slight chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms low 90s. Saturday, sunny. Slight chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Bob, you ready for another Thursday night high school football game?
Yep, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But talked to GHSA. There's all kinds of confusion when this game is going to be played, but I talked to Jay Russell of at GHSA, and he says that if you need officials, they'll get you officials. He said that's just an excuse that people are using. He says that tell us when you want to play the game, we'll get you an official crew. So but apparently late, what day was it? Late Friday, I guess it was, that they made the decision to play it. Apparently Appleton got a lot of rain.
The counties to the west of us, we were talking about that on Wednesday morning. Counties to the west of us are going to get a lot worse than we would.
The word was the board office had water damage, the school had water damage, but there were a lot of roads washed out. So late Friday, after they called the game, is when they rescheduled it for Thursday at 7.
Well, they called the game on Tuesday.
Yeah, the hurricane.
Yeah, the hurricane. They were having to go out that way, and then they called the game. I know that on Wednesday, I think we were talking about it, and that they were going. No, actually, I'm not sure when they called the game.
I don't remember.
When they called the game. Why did it?
It's been a long.
Why did they decide
weekend
to have it on Thursday instead of Friday this week? Because both have open dates.
Because all the officials are pretty much already scheduled. But the good news is we both had the same.
Isn't that amazing? We both had the same bye week.
That was a good thing to get it worked out.
I was wondering how that game was going to get worked in, because who would have think that the two schools would have the same bye week?
There's all kinds of discussion when it's going to be played, but finally the decision was made to be played Thursday at 7.
It sounded like it was kind of made for them. I mean, if you can't get officials for Friday night, they're already scheduled somewhere else, then you have to go Thursday night.
Well, Appleton was talking about playing it on Tuesday or Wednesday. And,
I remember.
Wayne County was not in favor of going Tuesday or Wednesday. There's a lot of back and forth. So,
I think he said Tuesday or Wednesday, but I didn't think they would have all their repairs done yesterday or today or tomorrow.
I just know Wayne was dead set. We're not playing Tuesday or Wednesday.
So we're playing Thursday. Doesn't matter what the reason was. A lot of negotiation back and forth.
All finally set in stone. We're playing Thursday.
And it's going to be at 7 p.m.
7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, being a school night, they're going to start 30 minutes early and start at 7 p.m. Wayne County, Appleton County, in Baxley, 7 o'clock kickoff. So go Jackets. Get up there and support them Jackets. If you already bought tickets, they're still good, of course.
Right.
And tickets are available today through the rest of the week at Sheffield's. Well, today, tomorrow, and Thursday.
Cash or check.
Yes, sirree.
going to be a big crowd because they already sold. And that was the thing about it. I mean, Sheffield was the day they called the game off. I mean, it sold a pile. I think the game got called off Thursday. I think Thursday.
It must have been Thursday they called it off.
Thursday was the day they called it off. But they sold a bunch of tickets that day. And then, like I said, they called it off for Friday. And then the question was when they're going to play the game. And then late Friday afternoon is when they made the decision to play it this Thursday at 7 o'clock. So that's the way it went down. So,
yeah, I got the text message from you on Thursday that had been changed to this week. Okay.
So looking forward to it. Should be a great game.
That'll be a great game.
Two very good football teams, both ranked in the top 5 in their classifications. Both got a lot of talented players. Both teams don't like each other, so it'll be fun. Looking forward to it. Yeah, and the good news is, like I said, we're the only game in town. Like I said, like I told Joe, I mean, people from all other areas will probably come watch the game as well because there's no other game on Thursday.
There'll be a packed house there. Whatever. Do they have a name in that stadium? If they do, I don't know what it is. It's named after somebody, isn't it?
I think it's Jimmy Swain Stadium.
Okay.
I believe that's the name of it.
All right. And so Wayne County Thursday Night Football.
I believe that's the name of the stadium.
Okay. And then Wayne County Lady Jackets was supposed to play Appling County the Lady Pirates today, but that game got called off. Why?
The reason that game got called off is because with all the rain last week, region games were canceled, and region games are more important than non-region ball games. So Appling had to reschedule a region game with Vidalia today, so that's why they bumped us. And Wayne County's big doubleheader at Burke, which was supposed to be played last week, unfortunately been rescheduled for this Thursday, but we won't be able to be.
We won't be able to do it
because we'll be at the football game in Baxley. Why they didn't push it to Friday, I don't know. But didn't get no answer on that. But it's Thursday, so unfortunately we can't bring you that.
So Lady Jackets doubleheader against Burke that was rained out is not going to be this Thursday.
This Thursday.
Okay, starting 4
and 6:30.
4 and 6:30.
I think they're 4 and 6, something like that.
Yeah, 4 and 6. Yeah, somewhere along there. 4 o'clock's the first one, and the second game will start a few minutes after that. Yeah, usually about 20 minutes, somewhere along in there. So that's got that all set. What about Duke beating Clemson? Not only it wasn't like a fluke thing there. They beat them by like 2-3 touchdowns.
But Clemson just self-destructed. Every time they got inside the 5-yard line, they fumbled the ball. They throw an interception. That was a terrible performance. It's kind of almost as bad as LSU against FSU. So much for Brian Kelly bringing the national championship to LSU.
Okay, what happened? I was not well at all from last Thursday through yesterday. I started feeling somewhat normal again. But what happened with LSU?
The marquee game of the weekend was LSU FSU.
What happened in that game?
Well, it was a good ball game at halftime, and then FSU came out and scored 31 unanswered points.
Whoa!
And poor old Kelly in his press conference said it was a total disaster, a total failure.
Tell it like it is, Kelly.
Then he said, I guess we thought we're the 2-time defending national champions, but we're not. So I don't know why he threw us in there. But he looked sad.
LSU was even talked about, getting into the.
That's what I'm saying. They're supposed to play for the national championship.
Great this year.
Yeah. They say they still got the schedule.
But one game does not season make.
Right. But they just didn't look good. They couldn't run the ball. They just looked wore out. That was a beatdown in the second half. FSU did everything right. LSU, but last night's Clemson. Yeah, I don't know what everybody said Clemson was back.
I know. That's what I heard before the season. I said everybody saying, well, why are they back? What did they do that was so different than last year? And they say, well, they're back. They're back. They should win the ACC and maybe even get into the playoffs. And here it is, Duke, who hasn't beat a top 10 team since the 80s, wins. And that last time they beat a top 10 team was Clemson back in the mid-'80s.
The best news of the weekend was Wayne County's Trevin Wallace, who's playing in Kentucky, was named SEC Defensive Player of the Week. So
that is
I don't know if anybody saw that game, but they beat up on Ball State. And Trevin has 12 tackles, 6 solo tackles, 2 for losses, and was named SEC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 1. So our congratulations to Trevin Wallace up there in Kentucky. Doing well, turning a lot of heads. Nice impact player on defense. Number 32. Good. You ever watch the game? He's number 32.
32 on defense. He plays linebacker?
linebacker.
Trevin Wallace.
Trevin Wallace. And
former Wayne County.
It's good to see.
Wayne County Jacket doing well for Kentucky.
Right, and it's good to see local kids do well.
It is.
Hats off to Weston Franklin at Georgia Tech. Center, number 72. Did a good job.
He had
in
a
that
good
ball
time.
game.
No, my man had a good game.
Unfortunately,
blocking.
they lost that. I mean, they had the
that
big lead.
That was a close game between them and Louisville. Yeah,
they had. I mean, Tech got off to a great start and looked like they had the game in hand, but it fell apart in the second half. But like I said, it's nice to see local kids at that next level,
right,
continue their playing career, getting an education. So, hats off to both Trevin Wallace at Kentucky and Weston Franklin at Georgia Tech. So,
yeah,
it's good to see.
And it was good news. I mean, Georgia Southern, they had a great Saturday against the Citadel there at Paulson Stadium.
Blew them out.
And Georgia Southern will be playing home again this week. It'll be a little more tougher competition this week. It'll be UAB coming in with kickoff at 6 o'clock there at Paulson Stadium. You can listen to the games, Georgia Southern games, right here on 105.5 FM.
And Georgia beat up on Cupcake number 1, and they'll beat up on Cupcake number 2 this Saturday. And it looks like South Carolina's going to be Cupcake number 3. So.
South Carolina lost to
North Carolina.
North Carolina, that's right.
They didn't look good either. Man, their quarterback just did not play well. So, hats off to North Carolina.
So it's looking real good that Georgia will go undefeated in September?
I think they're going undefeated all year. The sad thing is that they had 3 marquee games with SEC teams this weekend. You had Florida, Utah, and Florida laid an egg. You had LSU, FSU, LSU laid an egg. And you had, what's the third one? Let's see, who else was in the marquee? Or South Carolina, North Carolina.
South Carolina, and they laid an egg. So all the SEC teams.
The 3 SEC teams had the marquee games, all laid an egg and lost. 0-3.
Jeez.
But Georgia rolling.
Well, they should. I mean, UT Martin. Who's ever even heard of UT Martin?
They played all. Yeah, you sound like my niece. That was the good news. I was up in Roswell with my niece and her husband, and I said, I guess we're not going to get to see the Georgia game. He said, what channel is it on? I said, something called SEC Plus. He said, I got that. No problem. So I guess I got to watch the game. We're watching the game. My niece says, who is UT Martin? Has everybody ever heard of this team?
Where are they from? What town?
From Tennessee, I guess.
Oh, well, Tennessee's a state ball. What town?
I have no idea. Middle Tennessee, all these Tennessee teams.
But you had a lot of the power teams out there, you know, who played cupcakes the first game.
Tennessee looked good, and I said,
yeah, they did.
That November 18th is going to be the game.
That'll be the game, November 18th versus Tennessee. That's the way it's looking right now.
I mean, Auburn may be a little bit of a test. They look decent. You know, they got Hugh Freeze. They're all excited about that, but I don't believe they can play. And the good news, Georgia played all 3 quarterbacks. All three got in the game.
Well,
all look good.
So everybody's jumping on Slime Time's bandwagon now. 20-point underdog to TCU and wins. Yeah, Colorado wins.
The thing about what he's done, I said, you got to give credit. I was listening to Mark Schler. He played with the Denver Broncos. He lives in that area, and he said, look, no one ever talks about Colorado football. He said, that's something you just never talk about.
Right.
Dion shows up, and he says he's never seen so many people wearing Colorado stuff everywhere. I mean, so
you got them white cowboy caps, hats.
He's arrived and has made
that
them
big smile of his,
has made them relevant,
charismatic personality,
made them significant. Like I said, ESPN did their spring game. It's never been done before, so. I mean, he just brought credibility to that Colorado team, and
he got his feet wet there at Jackson State, and has moved that on over to Colorado. There's only like 5 guys on the team that's left over from last year's. All the rest of them came from the transfer portal.
You know who's going to go get him? Jerry Jones. Dion's going to be coaching the Cowboys in a couple of years.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah. Jerry's going to be a believer. He's going to get rid of McCarthy and say, Bring Dion Slime Time to Cowboy Land.
We'll see, Bob. We'll see.
That was a shock. That was the shock of the weekend. I mean, like I said, they were 20-point under.
Look at the way that Georgia whipped up on TCU last year.
Did you see how well his son played at quarterback? Threw for
played great.
Played for 500 something.
Fantastic.
500 some yards. Kid can play.
Yeah, he played. Yes, sir. Look how many points the Georgia scored against TCU last year.
That was the big shock.
But still, that was expected. You know, this was not expected right here. You got a team of guys who have never played as a team before. I mean, none of them have played except for a handful.
That's what I'm saying. He got rid of everybody.
He got rid of everybody. And to be able to transform that into a cohesive unit on both sides of the ball was the most remarkable thing that they've done.
And TCU coming off a national championship game. At home.
Favored by
day,
20. By the bookmakers are supposed to know everything in Las Vegas.
Laid an egg.
Oh, boy.
Good for Dion. But Jerry Jones.
Is...
He's going to sign him.
Sign him up, huh?
Something to come coach the
Think
Cowboys.
so?
Yeah. Give him 2 years. He'll be in Dallas.
We'll see, Bob. All right. Anything else in your mind this morning?
That's going to do it.
That's going to do it?
Go,
all right.
Go Jackets Thursday.
Go Jackets Thursday. World famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO, brought to you by O'Quinn and Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Vans Barbecue, and First Southern Bank. And also brought to you by Connection Coffee and Creamery.